You know, hey, good morning. Morning. I have to tell you something. I just realized I have no idea how this thing works. I use this thing all the time. Like, all the time. And I have no idea how it works. It's this little thing, right? Okay? It's a little whisk, right? On a thing, a whisk on a thing. And in here is just this little thingamabobber that you stick it on. But how does it spin, Tiffany? I know it spins, but how? No. I know that part, you guys. How does this make it spin? That's the part I don't understand. I get the frothing part. The frothing part is not confusing. I know how a whisk works. How does that thing work? Because this thing doesn't move. This can't spin. This is stuck right where it is. You put this on top of it and somehow it makes it spin. No, the bottom doesn't spin. Magnets. Maybe it's magnets. A bunch of tiny little magnets? I don't know. Either way, it's very confusing to me. Very confusing to me. No, I know this spins, Mambo. This piece spins. This piece doesn't spin. You can't turn it on empty. It won't turn on when it's empty. Yeah. This can't spin. Okay, Shira knows the answer. It's a magnetic drive. That's what I was asking. I wasn't asking what this does, and don't treat people rudely for no reason. There's no reason to treat people like an idiot, Mambo. Yeah, like there's no reason to do something like that. What I said was, I understand how a whisk works, but this is stuck in place. So how does something stuck in place make something else spin? Shira had the non-jerky answer, which was it's magnetic. And that was all I was looking for, you guys. Yeah. You sound congested. Yeah, I know. I do sound congested. Yes, Grace, yes. Yes, 100% yes. Yes, pink hair dye. Always pink hair dye. I vote yes. I seriously thought you were asking how it frothed. No. I was not asking how it frothed. No. I know how frothing works. I just was asking how this machine without a movable innard makes something else move, because you need force to make, something else have motion. Like that's just how motion works. Like if I'm standing still and I never move, I can't make something else move. If I'm just standing here, you know what I mean? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we've got it. It's electromagnetics now. But yeah, exactly. Thank you. That's all I was wondering. I was wondering how something stagnant could make something else move. It's too early to learn stuff. Thank you, Becca. Yes, Shira is the smartest, and she knew the answer, and I appreciate it. Inverse polarity. I have an interview in 15 minutes. Oh, good morning. Magnets make it go. We are all extremely educated. Yes, we are. We are. Break a leg, Shelly. Break a leg. Big Brother tomorrow. Yeah. We're smart after coffee. It's true. My bad. Time for coffee. I need it. I need coffee right now. I do. To get through this. And then I gotta make more flowers. Oh, you guys, I got some points on, so some of you know this, some of you don't. On the wholesale site where I get a lot of the little roll for slime add-ins, I have a $50 gift card's worth of points. Yes, Becca, that's exactly the problem. I have a $50 gift card's worth of points, so maybe later today we can go on, oh my gosh, Amanda, I can't even imagine what you're dealing with. We can go on and we can order roll for slime add-ins together. I'll let you guys help me pick some. Currently doing my last capsule, waiting for my Nespresso order. Ugh, I need to make an order too, Liz. My phone died, so I didn't catch the flowers last night. Yeah, right? Fun for all of us. I love... amputated animal females. That'd be hilarious. You are, Liz. You are. I use regular milk, Liz. I'm still one of the holdovers of regular milk land. Yeah, I know it's controversial, but that's me. And I also have Virtuoso. Yeah, for sure. This has half and half. My daughter keeps closing the door and getting upset that it's closed. Toddlers, am I right? No, Secret Boyfriend does not have any interest in being on social media. It's just not his jam. You know, he's a non-social media kind of guy. I do milk its own milk because I'm lactose intolerant. Oh, yeah, well, you know. Yeah, three-nagers. I'm a half and half and 2% milk girl. Me too, Tiffany. That's pretty much exactly what I do. 2 weeks for regular milk. Praise the gods who can drink it. You can only milk a cow. You can't milk a nut. That's juice. It's water. Not controversial here. Lots of people depend on cows for money. That's fair, yeah. No, I am a regular milk and half kind of gal. I usually have 3 different types of milk in my fridge at any given time because everyone in my family uses different ones. So we are keeping the dairy industry in business. We have 3 different kinds of milk and 18 different kinds of cheese in my freaking fridge. I have a whole container in my fridge that just houses cheese. Not a drawer, like a... Yeah. Always have 2 different kinds of cheese sticks because I get the ones at Costco because they're cheap, but Zoe won't eat those, so I get the other expensive ones for Zoe because 3-nagers. Right, Liz? I'm with you. How do we know the almonds don't have baby almonds? We don't know. You're right, Grace. Three-nagers are going to be the end of me. I mean, you got a lot of them. Cheese is the best. It's my comfort food. Cheese is the best. Because Peter doesn't have an issue with trees. You know? Yeah. There's a distinct possibility that that's true. Hey, my grandma. Oh, because I'm a mermaid? Oh, I love that. Thank you. My cup is cute. It was a gift from my goddaughter. Yes. Becca's trips are 3, and she has an older son as well, who I believe is 6. Nice, Danielle. Lucky. They'll be 4 soon. I'll be sad and happy. I mean, yeah. Oh, I was right. Look, I knew their ages. You see that, Becca? I know all the things. I remember everybody's children. Yay. He also calls you the slime lord. Can you tell him I love that? And 2 teenagers. Not the 3-nager kind, the real kind. Ooh. I do remember your children, Shelley. Brian, your children are -3. See what I did there? You see that? He kept asking if you knew you were the slime lord last night. That's amazing, Danielle. Should I get... So last night, who wasn't here? You're off by you're -5. Okay, -5. I was close. I only forgot a little bit. We will, Shelly. We will. So, question: who wasn't here last night and didn't hear about my new idea for a slime sweatshirt? Because now I kind of want to add Slime Lord and Slime Lordlings to said sweatshirts. Right? Okay. So the idea that I have for the sweatshirt is Secret Boyfriend made a design for me that I want to put on water bottles. It's going to come today in the mail, and I'll show you guys later today. It's a water bottle sticker, like one of those wraparound stickers that's clear for people to put on regular water bottles, right? And it's a slime drip. He made this for me because you know me, I'm a beverage goblin, so I always got to have a water bottle. So I made water bottle stickers, right? But I was like, Rainbow Slime Time Live. I completely agree, Brian. So like, what if we took that slime drip and we put it over the back shoulders of a sweatshirt and down the sleeves of something? You know what I mean? So it looked like slime was dripping down your back. And then now, after what Danielle said, I'm thinking underneath it, what if we put Slime Lord? People are going to look at me like I'm a Looney Town. But it's funny. But the slime drip, I was serious about the slime drip sweatshirt. I'm not serious about the Slime Lord part. I might make stickers the same. So there would be, I was thinking of having the front just be plain. I don't know yet, Hannah. I hadn't gotten that far. Thank you for the gifts. I hadn't reached that point yet, Hannah, of what kind of thing it would be. All I know is I want the slime to drip over the shoulders and the arm. Maybe, yeah. Yeah. You know? Right. Oh, imagine if the hood also had slime on it. Can we do that? Oh, yeah. What if just Slime Lord was here? Yeah, Shira's right. That would be hilarious, Brian. Brian, I love your antics. They're one of my favorite things. I was actually telling Secret Boyfriend about your page the other day, Ryan. The Slime Lord needs to be living in Slime Lord. Yeah, no, for sure. What if it just says Slime Lord? You know, really small, and people have to like ask you about it, and you're like, don't talk to me, I'm a slime lord. You know? I don't know. He's gonna think it's so funny. Oh my gosh, we're at very bare minimum gonna make Slime Lord into a sticker, if nothing else. Or just don't talk to me. Don't talk to me, I'm a slime lord. If you know, you know. If not, Google it. Or a Slime Lord charm. I haven't designed the Patreon slime for August yet. Should we make it Slime Lord? Should we do it? Oh my gosh. Wait, we can make it a charm for a slime. Yeah. We should definitely make a Slime Lord charm. Why not? We can do whatever we want on Patreon. There's no rules. I'm selling this honey badger. What if I got my delivery from you and cannot wait to open it? Yay! Hi, Lily. Hello. Lily, I am determined to get a book on Friday. I will have internet this Friday and I will buy a roll for book. My character wearing a slime robot. Yes. What I kind of want is for it to say Slime Lord and underneath it say Google is free. We have 300 going up on Friday. I better get one of the 300. Hey, good morning. I need to know Emily's name on TikTok. Emily's name on TikTok. Emily's name on TikTok. How's your roll for slime thinking? It's so good. I have one half edited that's going to go up today. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I need to get... Oh, Lainey's mom. Oh, you know what? I can't remember what her thing is. Yay, Dice Tower. Yay! My Dice Tower is... Well, there's a video. Y'all know what happened. Anyway, should we read? It's time. It's time to find out what's going on in the land of stories. I'll announce on a Slam Live. Yes, that's a good idea. Or Flower Live later. I'm probably good. Your new dice tower is engraved and cut. I just need to paint it. You're so good to me, Shira. Shira is a gem. I texted her and I was like, I need to order a new dice tower. I broke mine. She was like, you what? I was like, I broke it. This is not, let me tell you, me breaking the dice tower has nothing to do with the quality of the dice tower and everything to do with how many times I dropped it. So it's not like I dropped it once and it broke. It was more like 13, 15, maybe 20 times. Listen, your girl's clumsy when she works. Here's the thing, y'all. Lily works with like library materials. I'm in a science lab. She isn't going to drop hers. See you later, Danielle. Best of luck on your interview. She isn't going to drop hers because she lives and works in a calm environment. Snow on the beach. Oh, you got your slimes came in the mail? Did you get your sticker of the month? Not depressed, just obsessed? Yay! You live and work in utter chaos. I do. See, exactly. Lily has the luxury of planting hers in one place. I know. What a great live that was. I just got a confusing text message. The chaos of my life is immense amounts of books, and I go through, and that's about it. I mean, that's totally fair, Lily. But you guys, do you guys want to hear something amazing? Okay, Hannah, see you later. I will get reading. Let's get reading. Okay. Let's read. Are we ready? Oh, wait, before we start reading, Lily, do you have like new adult and young adult books and things like that? I can get it to you, Shira. That's not even fair. Okay, great. Is there any way for like, I know that this is pretty not, you do take requests. Okay, I was going to say, I can get them to you, Shira. You designed them. You deserve them. I still need a tango book. I'm working on the tango book. Becca, it's harder than you think. So I'm trying to get the tango book made and up on Amazon so that everyone with kids can buy it for their kids too. Not like to make money, just so that like everyone can have it. I wasn't even going to charge a lot, like whatever, like those kinds of books should be like $6.99 or something really cheap like that. But it's hard to get it formatted for Amazon to publish yourself. And the book that I printed for Zoe was very expensive to print on demand. I mean, Becca, if you want to print one on demand, I'll just send you the files and you can print one yourself. But it was like $35. For a book that small, $35 is a lot. That's why I wanted it on Amazon so that it could be printed cheaper. That's the problem. No, it wouldn't sell at $35, but at like $6.99 it probably would, or $5.99. You know, a kid's board book for $5, normal, but not at $30. Can you ask, Becca? Kaylee and I have been working on it for months, and it's just very difficult. It's very difficult. It's very easy to get a non-picture book up on Amazon, but getting a picture book up on Amazon is harder. Anyway, Lily, what I was saying was the only thing that we really need to just like stay away from is we can't have any horror and we can't have any anything too graphic because I read it aloud on TikTok. You know what I mean? And so we don't want, I guess we're going to do that on Patreon. So I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. Horror would be hard for me to read though out loud. I read mystery and suspense books, but anything with too much gore in it, I think I would have difficulty reading out loud. Oh, great. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Thank you so much, Lily. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I was thinking of doing Lily's book on Patreon, Becca. Watch the Patreon people come into the live at the goriest part. Right, seriously. Yeah. That would be hilarious. Hilarious. Oh, I need to email them today. I need to email Patreon. You don't need another Patreon account, Becca. I'm going to fix the things so that book club is in more of the levels. I'll fix it. I know a lot of people wanted that. I'll fix it. Although, yeah, I just need to fix it so that more people have book club access on the thing. What is it? Piranesi? Yeah, Becca, someone has to remind me. Yeah, I think that's what I was going to tell a lot of people, Rosie, because I cut off Roll for Slimes and Customs on the 26th last month. So I told anyone who wanted to get anything above a sticker level not to sign up until the first of the month because I wasn't going to be able to fulfill any more for July, just August. So I told everyone to just wait and sign up in August so that it could be fresh. Yeah. Ooh, a hidden house. Okay, cool. Let's get reading because, we do have a lot of work to do today. But we'll add that to the list of things that we need to read, Kaden. So this is chapter 10. It's called The South Bank Lion, which we all know we were looking. Can confirm. Oh, hey, Amanda. Guys, say hi to my friend Amanda. This is Amanda who we used to work together, and she is also a Slimer. Not on that account, but she is. She is a swim instructor and a Hawaiian native, which is rare. Cool stuff. All right, let's get into it. Sorry that took so long. Chapter 10, The South Bank Lion. The bus finally arrived in central London, and they all went quiet as they took in the first sights of the regal city. London was a multicultural maze of pristine buildings and proud tradition. Lies and deceits. That is a lie from the pit of hell. It is not pristine. It's dirty AF. I was just there. That's a lie, Chris Coffer. No. Not true. Every building looked like 100 years old and brand new at the same time. False. See you later, Lily. The teenagers aboard the bus pointed to the landmarks they recognized as they drove past them. Buckingham Palace, Westminster Abbey, Big Ben, the Tower of London, and Tower Bridge. This is the most proper place I could... Oh, sorry. This is the most proper place I've ever been in my life, Connor nudged Bree. Just being here makes me feel like I should be dressed up. The bus stopped in a place called Trafalgar Square, near the passengers' hotel. The square was filled with tourists taking photos of impressive statues and fountains in front of the National Gallery, which stretched across the back of the square like a grand backdrop. The teenagers raced off the bus to be amid the tourists outside, and Connor and Bree exited with them. Once they were on the street, the first thing Connor did was find an ATM. Forgive me, Bob, Connor said as he looked down at the credit card Bob had so kindly given him. He stuck it into the machine and took out the maximum amount of pounds in the maximum amount of transactions that it would allow at a time. That's a lot of money in any country, Bree said. She covered him from any onlookers as he stuck the money in his pocket, the pocket of his jacket, and then pants, and then put the rest of it in his suitcase. But it's smart of you to take out a bunch of cash so that no one can use your transactions to trace you. They do that to find suspects in the crime books that I read. Oh, I never thought about that, he said with a shrug. I just took out as much as I could because it was my first time using an ATM. The first thing Connor bought was a map from the street merchant. He opened it up and scanned the tiny print depicting the streets and the attractions around him. There's one, he said happily, pointing at something on the map. What are you looking for? Bree asked him. A library, Connor said. We'll go to the library and we'll look up where to find the Red Lion Brewery. Are you sure you don't want me to just look it up on the internet with my phone? Since Connor had never had a smartphone before, he hadn't considered this as a possibility. No, I don't trust those things, he said. I'd rather do it the traditional way. We're in London after all. Suit yourself, Bree said. They followed the map a few blocks west to the closest library, which was tucked away in the corner of St. James Square. Connor and Bree walked up the front steps and pulled open its wooden doors. Connor had always found libraries intimidating, and that feeling was heightened by being inside another country. Are you members? The librarian at the front desk asked them. She glared at them over her thick-framed glasses. Connor always thought librarians could read minds and was afraid that this one was going to prove his theory correct. No, but we're interested in joining, Bree said calmly. May we have a look around? The librarian granted her request with a gesture for them to continue inside. Baggage is not allowed inside the library, the librarian said when she saw their suitcases. Oh, of course, Bree said. May we leave them to the side up here? She put her bag down near the front of the door and Connor placed Betsy beside it. The librarian permitted it with a nod and they continued inside. Connor and Bree found a table in the back of the first floor. I'll be right back. I'm going to go find some books, Connor said and disappeared into the row of shelves. Bree sat down and made herself comfortable, looking at her phone while she waited. Connor returned 20 minutes later with a stack of heavy books. Look what I found, Connor said. He showed Bree the first book inside his stack. Breweries of Britain, Bree read. That's great, Connor, but I looked up the Red Lion Brewery on my phone and apparently it was demolished in 1949. You can't trust everything the internet says, Connor said, and he frantically flipped through the book until he found the page written about the Red Lion Brewery. Oh no. According to this, the Red Lion Brewery was demolished in 1949. Shocking, Bree said sarcastically. I don't mean to be a downer, but I don't think the lion we're looking for is around anymore. Connor let out a defeated sigh, but he wasn't ready to give up just yet. He pulled out another book from his stack entitled The Statues of London and began flipping through it. After a couple of minutes, Connor started fidgeting with excitement as he read. Check this out, Connor said, showing Bree the section he just read. The South Bank Lion, 13 tons, 13 feet wide. As silly as it would be to say a statue has lived, of all the statues in London, the one known as the South Bank Lion has lived many different lives. The statue was created in 1837 by W.F. Woodington and was constructed of an artificial cold stone. The lion lived his first life as a symbol, guarding the Red Lion Brewery facing the River Thames and Lambeth, London. An intriguing aura of mystery surrounds the lion, as it was one of the only sculptures in the area not severely damaged by the bombings of World War II. And when the Red Lion Brewery was eventually demolished in 1949, the lion was recovered from the demolition completely unscathed. King George VI took a liking to the lion and had him moved to Waterloo Station. He spent his second life on display at the station for several years before being moved to his current resting place on Westminster Bridge in the South Bank area of central London. The remains of a secondary lion statue were also found in the demolition of the Red Lion Brewery. It was pieced back together and painted gold, and now it can be seen at Twickenham Station. Connor and Bree were both bubbling with excitement. That must be it. That's the lion that we need to find, Bree said. Connor looked over the map at all the bridges crossing over the River Thames. Well, I found the Westminster Bridge, he said. It's right by Big Ben, and it's walking distance from here. Great, Bree said. Let's go see the lion. The duo finished the library just before wearing out their welcome. They collected their luggage and walked briskly through St. James Square, followed the map up to Westminster Bridge. They passed countless statues and sculptures of lions as they went, each looking more regal and more ferocious than the last one. Connor grew anxious thinking about meeting a 13-ton, 13-foot-long South Bank lion. He hoped the lion wouldn't be too frightening to approach. Enchanted objects were always unpredictable. Westminster Bridge began at the House of Parliament at the base of Big Ben, and it stretched across the River Thames to just below the giant Ferris wheel known as the London Eye. The bridge was busy with hundreds of tourists and citizens alike. Multitudes of cars and red double-decker buses continuously drove across the bridge. Connor and Bree reached the end of the bridge and looked across the street. In the midst of the pedestrian chaos just below the towering London Eye, they found the South Bank Lion. He was massive and pale gray and stood atop a tall pedestal. Something about him was different from all the other lions that they'd seen in the city, and Connor and Bree picked up on it as soon as they laid eyes on him. Rather than a vicious and threatening scowl on his face, the South Bank Lion had a genuinely concerned expression. His eyes were wide, and his mouth was open. "That's gotta be him," Connor said. "What makes you so sure?" Bree said. "Because that's the face whenever Mother Goose tells me a secret, too," Connor said. Bree looked around at the crowds. "Are we supposed to walk over there and talk to him in front of all these people?" she asked. "No, we might have to come back later when they're all gone," he said. "We might have to wait till after midnight." They left the bridge and got a bite to eat at a local pub. Bree insisted that they have an authentic English experience and forced Connor to order fish and chips with her. After they were done eating, they camped out in St. James Park and waited until after nightfall before returning to the bridge. They lingered across the street from the South Bank Lion until the traffic cars and all the people were mostly non-existent. Then they crossed the street and stood directly below the lion. "Say something to him," Bree said. She nudged Connor. "What am I supposed to say?" he asked. "I don't know. Aren't you used to these kinds of things?" "Enchanted statues in the middle of cities? No, I can't say I'm an expert," he said. "I have faith in you," Bree smiled at him. Her smile made his rosy cheeks a bit rosier. He figured he had nothing to lose, so Connor took a deep breath and addressed the lion like he would anyone else. "Hello up there," he called. "I don't mean to disturb you, but my friend and I were wondering if we could speak to you." The lion didn't say a word or move an inch. There was nothing to indicate that Connor was anything but a crazy person talking to a statue. "You must be exhausted," Connor called. "You've been on your feet for a century and a half?" Buttering up the statue didn't help. Knowing what an idiot he must look like talking to a statue didn't help matters either. "So, you like London?" Connor asked. "We just got here today. Whoa, what a neat place." Bree grew impatient with both of them and stepped closer to address the lion herself. "Listen, pussycat," she hissed. "We've got questions for you. We know you can talk, and we know you're friends with Mother Goose, and we're not leaving here until you give us the answers that we need." "What are you doing?" Connor whispered to her. "You think he's going to talk to us after you treat him like that?" "We're playing good cop, bad cop," she whispered back. "Trust me, it works in every one of my crime novels." Connor rubbed his fingers through his hair, convinced that this strategy was a dead end. But when he looked back at the lion, he could have sworn the lion's face had changed and looked more concerned. "Bree, do you notice anything different about the lion?" he whispered. She looked closer and her eyes lit up. "Yes." "Something about Mother Goose," he instructed. "I think he's afraid of her." Bree nodded and spoke to Lion again. "Hey, Mother Goose told us that you would talk to us, but if you'd rather talk to her yourself, she can be here in 5 minutes flat." There was no doubt about it. The lion was moving. They watched the South Bank Lion's face grow more fretful as they mentioned Mother Goose. Eventually, the statue couldn't take it anymore and shifted from its solid position. "No, please don't call Mother Goose," the lion begged, coming to life before their eyes. It startled Bree and she jumped behind Connor. It was her first magical sighting. Connor was used to seeing magic at its finest, but it never got old. He stared up at the lion with an amazed smile. "So you can talk," he said. "Yes, I can talk," the lion admitted. "I'll answer whatever questions you have. Please, don't call that woman here." Connor found his dislike of Mother Goose wildly amusing. "Why are you so afraid of Mother Goose?" "I'm not afraid of her. It's her stories I can't stand." The lion shook his head. "Over the years, she told me some outlandish secrets that I never wanted to know." Wait, why are we Australian all of a sudden? That's not right. Hold on. How did we get Australian, you guys? I didn't even know I could do Australian. That's weird. How did that happen? Barbie did change me. I honestly didn't know I could do an Australian accent. How? Let's try that again. Ow, it's not her I'm afraid of. It's the stories I can't stand. Why am I doing that? Why is my Cockney going Australian? All I want is a room somewhere. It's the stories I can't stand. Can't stand. The lion shook his head. Over the I'm not a. I can't do it. Oh my God. What is wrong with me? Well, I guess he has to be regular British. I'm not afraid of her. It's her stories I can't stand. The lion shook his head. Over the years, she's told me some outlandish secrets that I never wanted to know, and she never spares any of the details. If you knew half of the things that I know, you would look differently at her too. It's too much for one lion to bear. Is that why you look so concerned all the time? Connor asked. Well, that's part of it, the lion said, and his face suddenly grew very sad. He whimpered like he was about to cry. I'm also afraid of heights, and these people kept putting me on very tall things. And they separated me from my brother when the Red Lion Brewery was demolished, and I don't know where he is. The stone lion sniffled into his large paws. Oh, you're talking about the second lion statue, Bree said, and she had regained her confidence and stepped out from behind Connor. He's still around. They painted him gold and they put him on display in some sports arena. The South Bank lion was happy to hear this, and he looked a little less concerned than before. Oh, that is such a relief, he said. He's always loved sports. Yeah, maybe he wasn't meant to be Cockney. That was weird. I don't know why I couldn't do it. Weird. Can he talk and move like you? Connor asked. No, he's just a normal statue, but we're made of the same artificial stone, he said. I was the only lion that Mother Goose enchanted. Why did she enchant you? Connor asked. They had several important questions to ask, but he couldn't resist hearing the story. In the mid-1800s, Mother Goose used to visit her friends at the Red Lion Brewery every Sunday night, the lion told him. Around the same time, she had just started training that horrible gander of hers to fly around. He was a horrible flyer, and every so often they would crash right into me on the roof. One night they were a little too careless and hit me so hard that I was knocked off the roof and shattered into pieces on the ground. She magically put me back together and cast invincibility spell on me so that I wouldn't leave such a mess the next time that they knocked me off the roof. Oh, so that's why you stayed in such good condition after the war and demolition, Bree said. But that doesn't explain why you can talk, Connor pointed out. Well, after a few years, Mother Goose's brewery friends started dying off, the lion explained. She wanted a friend who would stick around and give her an excuse to come back to the brewery. Unfortunately, she chose me, although I still don't understand why she gave me the ability to speak when all I ever really did was listen. Speaking of listening, Connor said, do you remember her mentioning anything about the Brothers Grimm and a sabotaging portal? The lion scrunched his forehead, trying to remember. It rings a bell, he said. Was this the same time she led the French soldiers into a trap? Yes, that's it, Connor said, and he hit with a happy jump. The lion's eyes grew wider and he nodded his giant stone head. Oh boy, do I ever remember that story, he said. I wish I could forget it. It'd given me nightmares for 50 years. Connor knew we needed to be very clear and careful as he got the information out of him to avoid making any mistakes later. Do you remember where the portal she trapped the soldiers in is? He asked. I do, the lion said confidently. It was deep in the Bavarian woods, between twin trees that grew between twin medieval castles. The only reason I remember is because I'm a twin myself. Where's Bavaria? Connor asked. Well, it's an old country that's now in the state of Germany. Oh, wait, sorry, wrong accent. It's an old country that's now in the state of Germany, Bree said. 2 trees between 2 medieval castles seems pretty easy to find. Oh, you wouldn't find the trees and the castles anymore, the lion told them regretfully. They're gone. What? Connor and Bree said together. What do you mean they're gone? After the Brothers Grimm tricked the soldiers into entering and tampered with Portal, Mother Goose grew paranoid that the soldiers would find their way back out into this world, so she asked her friend Ludwig for a very large favor, he said. What was the favor? Connor asked. Well, she asked Ludwig to build one of his elaborate castles on top of the portal, so if the soldiers were ever to re-emerge from it, they might be tricked into thinking they had arrived in the fairy tale world. He built a castle for her? Connor asked in disbelief. That is a big favor. Bree gasped and chuckled with her and clutched her hands together. Wait a second. Are you talking about King Ludwig II of Bavaria? She asked. Oh, that was his official name, I believe, the lion said. Mother Goose always called him Ludwig o' Wiggy. Connor was the only one who had never heard of Ludwig. Who was he? Haven't you ever heard of the mad fairy tale king? Bree asked. Connor shook his head. He was addicted to building lavish palaces for himself, all inspired by other places that he had visited around the world. He sounds like someone Red Riding Hood would be friends with, Connor said, but he dropped the subject when he remembered he was the only person who knew her. The last home Ludwig built for himself was... There's no way I'm going to pronounce this correctly right now. The last home Ludwig built for himself was Neuschwanstein, you know, that famous castle. Castle, Bree continued. It was inspired by all his favorite childhood stories, and it looks like something you'd find in a storybook. It's considered one of the wonders of the modern world. Wait. Is considered meaning the castle is still around? Connor asked. Oh, yeah, Bree said. It's easily one of the biggest tourist attractions in southern Germany. It's always been a mystery why Ludwig built the castle, but it makes sense now. But what happened to the portal? Is it somewhere inside the castle? Connor asked. I'm assuming so, but I wouldn't know, the lion said. I've lived within a 5-kilometer radius my whole life. Do you know if we can check the portal to see if it's open or not? Connor asked. Well, let me think, the lion said, and he closed his eyes while he remembered. Yes, the Bavarian portal is accessed when a person of magical blood plays 8 notes on a special ancient panpipe. Connor made a mental note of this crucial information. If it has to be played with someone with magical blood, then how did the Brothers Grimm open it for the French soldiers? He asked. The lion scrunched his nose. It was part of the story he didn't like telling. Mother Goose took a dagger and made a cut on her hand and one in Wilhelm Grimm's hand, and he said, and they held their hands as tightly together as possible and let some of the magic from Mother Goose's blood flow into his. I really wish she'd kept that part to herself. The thought of blood makes me incredibly squeamish, since I don't have any myself. And where can we find this panpipe? Connor asked. I believe it's with the rest of Mother Goose's otherworldly belongings in a vault at the Monegask Bank. Bank, said the lion. And I only know that because she mentioned it to me one day to see if I would fit in the vault too. Thank goodness I was too big. So, where's that bank? Connor asked. Monegask means it's in Monegask means it's in Monte Carlo, Bree said. Right, Connor said. So, where in Monte Carlo is this bank? The lion thought about it and seemed very disappointed when he couldn't come up with its location. I don't remember, he said with a frown. If only my mind were as concrete as the rest of me. Thankfully, this was the only question the lion didn't have an answer to. Connor paced the sidewalk, concentrating carefully. The lion's words reminded him of something Mother Goose had said in the past. He felt he should know where the bank was. He opened his suitcase and dug around until he found his lucky poker chip from Mother Goose. He looked closely at its design. The chip was dark blue, and the symbols of houses of cards circled around the edge. A heart, a spade, a diamond, and a club. But in the very center of the chip, instead of a number to mark its value, was the image of a very small golden key. I think I know where to find the vault, Connor said eagerly to Bree. What time is it? Bree looked at the screen on her phone. Well, it's almost 4 a.m, she said. Wow, time flies when you're talking to an enchanted statue. Connor looked up at the lion gratefully. Thank you so much for all your help, but you'll have to excuse us now, he said. We have to get on the train as soon as possible. The lion seemed sad to see them go, and his face turned to its trademark concerned expression. Good luck, the lion said, and next time you see Mother Goose, please tell her I understand she's a very busy woman and there's no need for her to visit me ever again. Connor took off along Westminster Bridge, speed walking as fast as he could. Bree said goodbye to the South Bank line and caught up with him. So, where are we off to next? She asked him with bright eyes. We're going to Lumiere de Tollet Casino, Connor replied. Where's that? Somewhere in Monte Carlo, I guess, he said. Well, we learned a lot today, you guys. We learned that apparently I can do an Australian accent. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know I could do an Australian accent. But apparently I can. Freaking news to me. Wild times. I wonder if I'll be able to replicate it ever. Add it to my repertoire. Yeah. I know, that's what I'm wondering, Becca. Like, if I try to do Cockney, like if I just read like the back of the book in Cockney, for example, let's just try. All I want is a room somewhere. Corner Bailey thinks his fairy tale adventures are behind him, until he discovers a mysterious clue left by the famous Brothers Grimm. When all signs point to the disaster for the land of stories. Nope, there we go. Why do I keep... Connor and his sister, there it is, it's Australian. How did that happen? How did I become Australian? It's very strange. I've never done an Australian accent before. Just freaking came out of nowhere. Yeah, maybe it is the congestion, but who freaking knows where these things come from? I'm going to put some shrimp on the barbie. It's my first time ever being Australian. And here we are, reading a story about England, and Margot Robbie did it too. Maybe she did. Barbie cast me, and she made me shrimp on the barbie. It's very strange. We're reading a story about jolly old England, and here I am, Crocodile Dundee. You know? Just a little odd. I've known how to do a Cockney accent my whole life. Pretty much forever. Ruined. Totally destroyed. I could do PR. I could do Cockney. I could do like mixed middle and not too PR British. Southern. Other Southern. New York. A little bit of Scottish, a little bit of Irish, Russian, we know that. Not very good French, medium Italian. Apparently Australian. Who knew? Oh, it's trash day. That's what the noise is. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I know. I'm gonna tell him about the crisis when he wakes up. He's probably sleeping. So anyway, I am gonna go get some stuff done, answer some emails, and then I'll be back for a body double live because I have a lot of flowers to do and stuff. And orders. I gotta order stuff. I'll let you guys help me choose things from that. Or maybe I'll put it to a vote on Patreon. Maybe I'll put pictures up and let people on Patreon vote about what Roll for Slime add-ins to add next. That seems probably nice. Yes, same to you, Rosie. Same to you. Yeah, I'll put pictures up and let people decide. That's probably better. More voting things. It's really not. I have to decide anyway. So it's kind of fun to give them more stuff to vote on. Yeah, it's fun. I like it. All right, I got to go edit a Roll for Slime video from a couple of days ago for Jocelyn. And then I'll be back on live because I have to make flowers and I need a body double to keep me off my phone. So I'll see you all maybe like hour and a half. What's going on here, do we think? Okay, bye guys.